A couple days ago, I asked you guys for community questions for an upcoming interview that I have with Traders Prop. Even before this interview was taking place and even before I asked for those community questions, there was plenty of hype around the company, and this was for a very good reason. Traders Prop has 3 different models that a trader can use to earn money with their prop firm. The first of which is with their evaluation model, which is very normal and what we've seen a lot of times with a lot of other prop firms. However, they have a requirement of 9% gain for phase 1, and this is before a 12% total loss and also before a 7% maximum daily loss. The usual for those is 5% and 10%. So this is extremely in the trader's favor in comparison to a lot of other prop firms, which is fantastic for EAs, which we'll get into the interview. They're going to be allowed, which is super awesome. There's also 2 other ways to earn as well, which is the earning model as well as the direct model as well. So those are the 2 other ones that we'll be asking questions about all 3 of these in this interview. I'm super excited to talk about it. As always, I really like to negotiate for the best terms as possible for you guys. So I was able to negotiate for a 5% discount off any of the options, any of the 3 models that they have. You get a 5% discount if you use the code VVS. Be sure to check that out. Link in the description below, code in the description below. And that being said, let's go ahead and get started with the video. I'm here with the Traders Prop founder. I'd like you to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Ali from Traders Prop, and this is our first meeting with VBS, Blake. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm here in a bedroom, so this is the quietest place I could find. Hope you're okay with it.
Yeah, of course. So let's go ahead and get started with the questions. The first question that I have for you is, can you please describe what the specifications and details are for your evaluation program?
Our evaluation program has 2 stages. The first stage, it has two models in it. So the standard model has 7% daily drawdown and then 12% maximum drawdown. We have kept the drawdown limits very lenient because we ourselves are a group of traders that used to, like, we were hardcore in trading, so we know how it is to run EAs and then hit your drawdown and then not having enough space to trade and all that. So we'd like to move that boundary a little bit, so we are very lenient on our drawdown. So it is 7 and 12 for standard models, and 14 and 25% for aggressive models, which is very, very lenient, I guess.
I don't know of any other program that allows you to 25% maximum drawdown, 14, even with their aggressive model. That's absolutely insane. That's awesome. So going off that, how are you as a company able to afford giving out these amazing parameters?
We were a group of traders initially, and then we had people coming in to manage their accounts. It started off like that. It was very way back, and like 7 years back, I guess. 8 years back. So we would manage people's fund, and then our investors were very lenient with us. So 50, they actually our investors were ready to lose around 50% of their capital. So they were very okay with it. The freedom we got with the amount helped us grow their profits, and we were happy both sides. So it really helped us. So we thought we could help other traders by giving them some leniency. So it is 25% maximum from our side.
That's absolutely incredible. I definitely commend that. Are you how many accounts is one trader able to have?
As of now, 3 accounts, 500k max. It used to be 500k max for the overall. One person could have only 500k account, but now we've removed that, and then since our total funding is around 1.5 million for the funding model with evaluation, and then for direct model it is around 2 million without the evaluation. So we let people take account sizes around 1.5 million if they don't want to. The thing is, if they take the full account size, they won't be able to scale further. So they can purchase up to 1.5 million, but it won't let them scale after. Whereas our direct funding model, the scaling is our very key factor. So the profits a person makes, a trader makes, it directly converts into how they scale their account.
So someone is able to purchase a $1.5 million account right away off the bat? And how expensive is that?
A 500K account costs around 2.7K or something, so it'd be into 3 times of that. They have to do it separately. We'd merge it for them.
That's still absolutely amazing that you're able to do that off the bat. I don't know of any other prop firms that are allowing any accounts that large. That's absolutely incredible. So what is the main differences between the funding model and the earning model?
We get this a lot. So our funding model is basically two stage evaluation, where after a person shows us skills to us within our given rules and everything, and then he gets to trade for the company funds. So there he has to go to 2 stages of evaluation and then prove his worth, and then we trade for the company's fund. Whereas in earning model, we are focusing towards the consumer and towards the person who's coming to us. So in earning model, a person can invest up to $10,000, and then we give him, irrespective of the balance he puts in the account, we give him a 100K account to prove his trading skills. So on a 100K account, he is required to acquire 9% of the profit target. So as soon as he does that, we return his investment with a 35% return. As soon as he does that, he gets all the money, and then the deal closes. So it's basically like a quick buck thing.
I got it. That's pretty amazing that you're able to do that. Being able to basically get it's essentially like you can maybe even think of it as a bet on yourself that am I able to make 9% before losing 12% within the daily drawdown requirement as well, and you get rewarded 35% gain for making just 9. That's absolutely incredible.
Yes.
The fee is relatively high on the direct model. Is there any sort of refund with that?
Yes, when a person wishes to withdraw from the contract, his profits are given out to him even after a year or a year and a half of scaling and taking out his profits. If a person wishes to withdraw from the contract that he's had with the company, he's very free to withdraw from the company. Keeping in mind his account balance has to be in positive or at break even for him to get back his refund. So yeah, refund is given out to direct mode.
Well, that's awesome. I think that your prop firm is one of the very first in the industry to give a refund on the direct funding model. That's quite amazing. It's definitely one of the first that does that. That's quite amazing. Is there any refund or extra refund for this normal funding model?
Yeah, there is a refund. There is a refund provided to traders that haven't passed the evaluation. Also, the refunds are instantly given on the earning model. We had a model called prop fee model, where people were actually taking used to take a one step extra evaluation to get 50% of their fee sponsored. So while that program was running, other prop firms weren't very cooperative about it. So we had to stop it midway, and then we had to pull the model midway, and then give out 150% of the initial deposits to the people so that they'd be convenient about it.
So we've named some pretty incredible funding sources, and you said you have some investors, but what is your main funding source, and do you have a liquidity provider?
We actually have multiple sources. Like there are people that have joined us in this venture, and then we have our old firm from where we already have 40 plus funder traders there who work for us offline in our office. So that is there, and then we have commercial products also that we sell related to the market, so all that comes together.
So do you not have a direct liquidity provider?
By direct equity you mean like the whole
Like
investment?
a third party liquidity provider company?
No, apart from us and our partners, we are self-sufficient.
Got it. Awesome. That's really cool. I hear a lot of other prop firms popping up all the time, and they're basically basing that off of having a liquidity provider. So going off of that, how does the direct funding work?
So this was launched recently where a person who's not able to have the luxury of taking up a two-stage evaluation, maybe because that doesn't suit him, or he wants to earn quickly. So we provide him an account of the selected size at a price, so that both of the parties are in the agreement equally. Like that is how it is. So a direct when a person selects direct funding model, from the day one, the profits he makes, he is able to withdraw it bi-weekly, and then even if he doesn't want to withdraw, he can shift the profits he's made into the wallet that we've given in the website, so that his profits are secure. So even if he goes and breaches the drawdown, and if even if he loses the contract, he's still able to withdraw all his profits that he's earned.
Excellent. What does a trader get if they use the code VVS that I've negotiated with you when they check out? And does it apply to all the models or only specific models?
The code VVS is for the whole of the website. So everywhere they go, they get a flat 5% discount.
Do you allow overnight and news trading? And also, do you have any sort of consistency rules?
Like I told you earlier, all the rules that we've kept is considering how traders struggle initially. So we do not have any consistency rule. There is no over the night or over the weekend rule. So a trader is able to carry the trades overnight and trade stocks, indices, and whatever he is comfortable with, and he is allowed to hedge and then martingale and then use all the expert advisors, everything. He's we've made it very comfortable. The only thing we do not want him to do is go below the drawdown that we've provided to him, so that the risk management is maintained.
That's extremely generous to allow all those styles of trading. I definitely really appreciate that. That's pretty awesome. Going off of that, are you allowed to trade as a trader, allowed to trade with any extra instruments that some of these new prop firms are allowing, such as stocks, or what instruments are available?
All the instruments available on the broker, we do not have any restrictions from our side. The a trader is very free to trade in anything and then hold it, do trade normally like he would on his funds. So we've kept everything that a trader wants, and then made the rules according to that.
So does the broker have stocks?
Yes. Stocks, CFDs, crypto, major and exotic forex pairs.
Well, awesome. That's so amazing. You have so many different instruments for the trader to use. And honestly, this all seems almost too good to be true. How are you able to run a business with these amazing parameters? I mean, are you legitimate?
This is okay. So to be very honest, we have told this to our traders also. We are very transparent with them. So legitimacy can be told on how we are with with our traders, and how we've been with them. So you could tell that we are very transparent about how we do things, how we are, how we let the traders trade. So initially when we came online and we launched online, we told the traders that our major source of online income at that time was on their percentage. To be very honest, there are not a lot of traders that pass in the evaluation stages, and we've taken that in consideration, and then increase the drawdown limits, and then and still we have a fair share of, I mean, traders that fail. So also regarding this, I'll make an announcement later. So we are very transparent in how the traders view us.
Well, I really appreciate your extra transparency with that. That's definitely something that not every we don't see with every single other prop firm. So I appreciate that. So I could have more questions, but we have a lot of community questions to get to. So I want to now give this chance for you to talk about
Okay.
anything you like. We can talk about transparency or anything else, and then we're going to go to the community question section.
Okay. Um, we like I told you, we've always been very open with our traders. We treat them like one of our own. That is why we keep in direct touch with them. They are free to contact us any point of time, and then ask anything they think is doubtful. If there's anything like there are very tricky points in some companies, where a trader he loses trust in so many like companies tell him something, and then there is something behind it. So you know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yes.
So we like in this sort, we are very transparent and open about everything. Also, our support is always open, and we've received a huge positive feedback from people about our support. So we are always open. You could ask anything in our support, and we'd be available for you.
Well, awesome. So that being said, let's go ahead and go over to the community question. So the first question that I have from another trader is from Arulian, and he asks, "I miss CTrader in parentheses to connect my algos. When will it be available if it's not already available?"
We're working on it. As of now, we have MT4 and MT5. We're soon planning on getting C Trader.
Awesome. Do you have an approximate rough estimation time frame that you can give us?
Mid July, I guess people will be able to access C Trader.
Awesome. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to that. CTrader is definitely my favorite platform of choice as well. The next question comes from Navina, and she asked, "Do they or will they allow EAs in the future?" Of course, we already spoke about the EAs, but go ahead and recap.
EAs have always been allowed. We have no restriction on any kind of EA. People are free to use their hard. People actually spend a quite fair amount of time making and designing an EA. So we do not want their hard-earned time and hard work time that they've put in to make that EA, and then we don't want to restrict them with that. So we allow all the EAs.
Awesome. That's definitely a huge plus for a lot of people. Then the next question comes from Yelfasi, and he says daily loss limit exact calculation. He's basically asking, is the daily loss limit is the daily loss limit based on equity or balance or both?
Daily loss limit it starts when the trading day starts. Suppose your balance is say 50K today. So you've closed your account and profit and it is 60K tomorrow. So it is 70K, 7% of the, wait, I'm going wrong with the numbers. Suppose you have a 50K account and then you earn 10K and then the overall account is 60K balance closed. So on a new day, your daily drawdown would be 7% of the 60K balance. And that the drawdown, that 7% contributes to your open positions and the close PNL. So we do not count the open floating positions that are in plus. Even if his equity was say 70K or 80K, it would be the closed balance that he has done it the day before. So it would be 60K and 7% of the 60K would be daily. Whereas max loss is fixed. It is what it is. It is 12% or 25% based on the model you've selected.
Excellent. Well, I think that's the best version of both of those two by calculating it based off the balance is definitely best for the trader, as well as the max total loss basing it off of not relative but fixed. I think that's something that I definitely appreciate as a trader. The next question comes from the same person, and he says, do they have a trade license or permission to conduct their business in UAE? In parentheses, I'm from UAE because the parent company is in India.
Our parent company is still in India, and we operate our funds and moving of all the company funds and everything. And then the funding and the contract that people receive is from India. Whereas there is a slight regulation on how people trade forex in India. So if you want to trade forex in India, you have to have INR as your base currency. Either the base currency or the exchange currency. You have to have INR in it. Due to this restriction, we had to move to UAE, else all the operations are done from India.
Got it. The next question comes from Quinn Street Capital, and he says, how do they get funding to fund traders? We already talked about that. Are they relying on subscription failures to fund past traders? Of course, we also talked about that just a little briefly during the transparency section. And why not give traders more time to pass stage 1, like 2 months? So it's a lot of questions, but I'll let you go ahead and recap the first ones and answer the last one.
Like I told you, we have multiple sources of income. We'd be able to fund the traders without any problem. Speaking about the direct funding model and also the failures in all the models, we have I think the failure rate is around 80 to 85%. So that is a lot of people failing. The announcement I told you earlier, we have had had lot of people failing in all these models. So what we are planning to do is by the end of this month, we will be refunding back the most like selected traders who we feel could have done better but has failed the challenge. So a lot of people would be getting refunds back who have failed the challenge to retake the test and then prove their worth.
That's really amazing that you're offering that. I don't know if I've ever heard of a prop firm ever doing that before. That's very cool. So how would someone be eligible for that? Would they have to trade in a certain way, or what parameters are you looking at?
uh, their style of trading shouldn't have been very aggressive. Like it shouldn't have been random trades at random points. There's a team, when a person fails a test, we have a team that reviews his account before closing it, and then categorizes into a place where we would like to offer him a new chance or settle it down there. So we have a list of traders, and then we also are expecting people to put in applications, telling that that was their bad phase and they couldn't prove their worth in it. So we'd be giving out a lot of traders a second chance to prove themselves.
The next question comes from Max, and Max asks, you should ask whether the rules are 100% stated already and not added up later, such as on TPT, and how they can offer such cheap prices. Aren't those prices too low to cover the losses of the funded accounts?
Like I told you, the pass percentage is quite fair for us to give back the money. So, in talking in terms of funding people and then maintaining our losses and then covering up them, so we'd say we are sufficient with what how we're doing now, and we're good now.
The other part is that are all the rules, are they already out there right now as it will always be, or do you plan on perhaps changing the rules? I think he's referring to another instance where another prop firm, something came out later on that the traders weren't really expecting to happen.
No, that won't be happening with us. We had a model called the prop fee model, where we'd pay we'd pay a trader half of the fees that he was supposed to pay at a different firm. We'd sponsor him 50% of his original fee. So that was one of the original models which had to be removed because of some compliance issues. But rest of the things we won't be changing, and then rest of the things, even on a funded account, even on a phase 2 account, phase 1 account, everything remains same. Even after 2 years after getting funded, everything remains same.
And the next question comes from John, and John asks, could we open an account under a limited company or a company rather than a personal account?
They would be, but they have to give a document proof telling how they're related to the company and what we our agreement would be with the company. So that's all. We'd be good after that. We are willing to collaborate.
The next question comes from Naveed, and you covered this a little bit, but he asked the question. At first on their website, it was mentioned an address of India, but now they're claiming that they are UAE based. My question is, what is the problem if they are Indian based or not? So you already mentioned this, but the rules, but can you recap that one, please?
So in India, there are regulations. It is not very directly stated illegal, but there are regulations stating that a person has to have INR as his as one of his currencies when he's trading in the foreign exchange market. So that limits us to operate on full scale. So we had to shift our operating level to a different country to operate freely.
Perfect. And then the next question comes from Dan. Dan asks, is there withdrawal proof?
No, we've been very transparent about this. We had 40 plus traders who traded offline. They didn't want their they were with us offline, so online was a different thing. The people who came online, some people, like most of them have failed, and then I mean not failed, they haven't passed the evaluation stage. And then there are a few who have passed the evaluation phase and then are now in funded stage. They've got their accounts, but haven't received their uh, payouts because it was very recently that they got their funded accounts, and June 1st would be the date when they'd be receiving their payouts. So as of now, we are we haven't done any.
Got it. So June 1st is the day. Understandable. Just because it's relatively new on the online side. So the next question comes from Giovanni, and Giovanni asks, which broker are you using, and how is the spread and commission?
We offer XNS 0 for funding model and earning model, where the spreads are zero. They are literally zero with commissions. And then for direct funding, we have a balance of a little spread and little commission. We offer raw spread accounts for direct funding. So our spreads are really tight. That shouldn't be a problem. All our models across across all our platforms, we offer very tight spreads.
Perfect. Well, that was the last community question that I have on this list. There's other people that asked them, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to get all of them on here. I'll definitely be doing this in the future for more prop firm interviews in the future, maybe even a follow up with Traders Prop. The last question that I want to ask that I didn't see anyone else ask about is a dashboard. Do you currently have a dashboard? Is it coming soon?
We are working on a dashboard, and it will be available mid-June. So it is very near. You can, within a month, our dashboard will be ready and will be available for public.
Perfect. In the meantime, I'm sure that people can use MyFX book or BlueFX to track on their own.
Without MyFX book and the other thing, we have a software at the back end as of now that monitors all the running trades on an account, and then if the drawdown reaches or passes the limit, it automatically closes the trades, and then the person is able to see all his losses in the closed PNL, and then the further trading on the account is restricted. So this way, people already know that they've breached the account. The only thing is dashboard that will be coming out soon.
Understandable. I get it. Well, thank you so much for this interview. I really appreciate it, especially your transparency with everything. And thanks so much.
Thank you. It was nice talking to you.
Thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video or you got any value from it, don't forget to hit the like button. I really appreciate that. And check if you're subscribed. If you're not already, it's free and you can always cancel later. In my opinion, Traders Prop is clearly one of the most promising prop firms out there. They have proven their openness, their transparency, and legitimacy so far. Really happy to hear that people have already received payouts, which is absolutely fantastic. So the results of those will be coming in June, as he said during the interview. And also, so if you're ready to start with them, don't forget to use the code VBS when you check out for that 5% extra discount. The code and the link for that will be in the description below. If you enjoy this style of content, check out my other prop firm founder interviews, which I've already made a playlist for, which you can find right here. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.